I've known for some time that my wife is a hideous human being, but humiliating me on television by name, can she do that?
I don't know. Let me look at the tape first.
She's a plague, Charlie, a plague.
My guest tonight on I Am Woman is Corey Beach, a housewife who acted as her own counsel in New York State Supreme Court. Corey, welcome.
Ooh,
nice
look
to be
at
here,
her.
Wendy.
You are quite a woman. You were sued for divorce by your husband,
Emmett.
Did you hear that, my
and
name,
like
on
anyone
television?
else, you hired a lawyer, but then you became disenchanted.
I did, yes. Because, like every other lawyer, most of whom are men, he cared more about his fees than my well-being.
So you fired your representation. Learned enough law to go into court and act as your own counsel, and you won.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And now I am suing Emmett for divorce myself. Yeah, I am.
Emmett, do you want me to look at the tape or not?
I just can't listen to that voice anymore.
Well, you're going to have to listen to it a little longer, at least until we get through this next trial.
Just tell her to stop mentioning my penis on public access.
What?
The weird sisters there, they go on to discuss my penis. Yours, too, how we wield them like lances, which leads us into conflict. Like, I'd still be happily married if I didn't have a penis. I should have put a bomb in her car.
Look, don't let this nonsense get you upset.
I am a business manager to 125 celebrity clients. They trust me to manage millions of dollars for them. I don't want those clients turning on their television and hearing about my penis. Maybe you don't mind people talking about your penis on television. Maybe you don't mind your clients hearing people talk about your penis on television. But I'm having a heart attack.
Let's just keep these lines clear.
You keep an eye on his oxygen.
He's okay. Probably just hyperventilated, but we're going to roll him down the Roosevelt just to be on the safe side.
Okay, thanks a lot. How you doing, Emmett?
Get this woman out of my life while I still have a life.
Emmett?
Corey,
What happened to him?
what happened to you? You look totally different.
Do I?
Emmett's going to be fine, but I think we should reschedule the deposition.
My penis and I are going to the hospital for some tests now.
She betrayed me, all right? She betrayed me.
Most women prefer to put on their own makeup, sir.
I don't care about most women. My wife used to let me put it on her.
Well, she doesn't want to let you anymore.
Let's cut through all the embroidery. What happened was your wife let herself go.
That's right.
She got fat, she went gray.
Am I supposed to pretend that I didn't
This
mind?
is the woman who kept house and cooked for you for the last 15 years.
This is the woman who destroyed my nervous system, my digestive system, and any chance I'll ever have to get a decent night's sleep.
He's a monster.
If he's a monster, it's because you made him into one.
I'm going to ask you this question one more time. Did you do what your husband said you did?
Yes.
Then how can you sit up there and ask for half his assets?
Knowing him the way that I do, it's real easy.
I want those children with me for Thanksgiving.
So you're willing to have a 6-year-old and a 5-year-old fly 3,000 miles by themselves?
What's the alternative?
Grow up.
In other words, you agreed to pay for your child's tuition.
That's right.
And now you're reneging.
That's right. I'm reneging.
You're not seriously suggesting that your husband turned your dog against you, are you, ma'am?
Yes, I am. That dog relieved himself on every article of clothing I own.
Sir, for right now, you are the witness and I am an attorney conducting cross-examination.
You broads are all alike.
You mean the mortgage and the tuition and the food and clothing?
Everything. Under the terms of the separation agreement, you pay for everything.
In all my years of practice, Your Honor, I have never seen such a blatant abuse of process.
Your Honor, there's a judgment against this woman. She failed to pay it. She failed to submit to an examination and supplementary proceedings. The only recourse left to me is to have her punished for contempt.
She was served with adequate notice, Mr. Levinson?
Each and every time.
Is that true, Ms. Schoenfeld?
Your Honor, there are a lot of factors at play here.
I'm asking a simple question, Counselor. Has your client, in fact, failed to comply with Mr. Levinson's subpoenas?
I feel betrayed by Mr. Levinson, Your Honor.
I'm not interested, Ms. Schoenfeld. Mr. Levinson came before me and substantiated that he had spent more than 300 hours working in your behalf. He was granted by me a judgment saying that you owed him the sum of $43,000, with interest accruing at the rate of 9% annually. The judgment remains unpaid.
Your Honor, with all due respect, we find that award to be excessive.
The appellate division did not find it excessive, Mr. Pell. The award stands. Miss Schoenfeld, I want you to look at me. I'm holding you in contempt. You will have one opportunity to purge yourself. Be in Mr. Levinson's office by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you don't show up, I guarantee you'll be in jail by tomorrow night.
You told me you'd be here at 8:45.
I got caught in traffic, I'm sorry.
Can you get a continuance?
I might be able to get a continuance. I need a reason.
I need more time to prepare myself.
Jack, we've been working on this for 3 months.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there any way you can handle this without me?
No, Jack, I can't handle this without you. You know that.
I don't want to go back in there. I do not want to go in there. I walked around the building 4 times before I got this far.
I understand that this is difficult for you, but you got to do it.
Then you have to promise you won't leave me alone while we're in this building.
Okay.
Not in the halls, not in the elevators, not to use the phone, and not to go into the judge's chambers. Never. You stay right beside me.
Okay.
Miss Baldwin, how long have you been married to the defendant?
10 years.
How long did you actually live with him?
About 2 years. The rest of the time, he's been in jail.
And when was he released from prison?
A year ago.
So he was incarcerated for 8 years, is that right?
That's right.
Where does your husband live, ma'am?
He lives with me in the house in Jackson Heights we bought just after we got married.
And who made the down payment on the house?
I did.
Since your husband's been in prison, who has made the mortgage payments?
I have.
Can you describe for us your husband's conduct since he's been home?
He broods. He doesn't talk much. Not all day sometimes. He won't answer the phone. He just lets it ring. Sometimes he picks it up and slams it down. He puts locks on the food cupboards.
Has your husband said why he does these things?
Yes. He said he doesn't trust anybody.
And how does all that make you feel, Miss Baldwin?
It makes me afraid.
Has your husband ever had the occasion to get angry in the time since he's been out of prison?
Almost every day. Sometimes it barely shows. It's like he shuts down. He gets silent. Sometimes he blows up and storms out. I don't know where he goes. And when he comes back, he doesn't want to talk about it.
Miss Baldwin, you're asking the court for a divorce based on the grounds of cruel and inhuman treatment. You could have asked the court for a divorce on other grounds, couldn't you?
Yes. Years ago, I knew that 3 years consecutive imprisonment is grounds for divorce in New York State.
But you chose instead to stand by your husband those long years he was in prison. To write to him, to visit him, to offer him your love and support.
Yes, I did. But when he came home, he was a different man. He was not the man I married.
Did you ever suggest psychological counseling or other therapy to your husband?
I suggested it for both of us. He refused.
I have nothing further.
Ms. Baldwin, your husband was sentenced to 20 years in jail. Would you tell the court why he's out now after having served only 8 years of that sentence?
Because another man confessed to the crime that he was accused of committing.
So not only did your husband spend the last 8 years in jail, but he spent it there for a crime he did not commit.
Yes.
Didn't you think it might take him some time to adjust?
I knew it would take time. I just don't think that I can last that long living in the same house with him.
That doesn't make your husband guilty of cruelty, ma'am. This is, after all, a man who was unjustly imprisoned for 8 years of his life.
I am not the one who put him in jail.
I hold here in my hand a receipt for $7,349 from Milstein's Carpet Emporium. Can you explain this?
It was for carpet.
For your office. $40 a yard. What was wrong with the old carpet?
It was old.
Did it have holes in it? Was it worn through to the backing? Was it stained to the point that it couldn't be cleaned or restored?
Like I said, it was old.
Maintenance and upkeep are a normal cost of doing business, Mrs. Beach. What's your point?
Expensive wool carpets, limousines to the airport, membership dues in fancy clubs. These so-called business expenses are paid for by the company he owns, thereby lowering the firm's profits, thereby lowering Emmett's salary, and thereby lowering the amount of money that would otherwise be awarded to me in equitable distribution. Were you looking at my breasts?
No.
Don't lie to me, Emmett.
Well, I couldn't help noticing that they seem larger.
A lot larger. You're probably wondering why I had them done.
No, actually, I was wondering who paid for them. My medical plan doesn't cover cosmetic surgery.
Well, don't worry, Emmett. They're not costing you a dime. Fernando gave them to me for Valentine's Day.
Fernando?
He's a swell guy. We're very happy.
Can we plow ahead?
Let's. Restaurant receipts. Do you know that you always order the most expensive item on the menu? But hey, why wouldn't you? The business pays for it. Shark fin soup, $27.
We'll be in this deposition forever if we get bogged down in this kind of minutia.
I want the record to show what kind of man I was married to. I want the record to show that he expects his wife to scrape by while he lives like old King Cole. So, we're going to go through some restaurant receipts and his petty cash receipts. In fact, we're going to go through every expense generated by this man from 1984 to the present. And I don't care how long it takes.
Are you currently employed, Miss Schoenfeld?
I own a small art gallery on Madison Avenue. Why are you asking me questions you already know the answers to?
I'm asking for the record.
Oh, were you this conscientious when you were representing me, Eli?
Hey, Hillary, let's just get through this, really.
Do you have any bank accounts listed under your name?
I have a checking account at Chemical Bank. Last time I looked, there was about $700 in it.
Are you a signatory to any accounts other than that account?
My store has a corporate account. I'm a signatory on that.
I'd like to be provided with statements and canceled checks for the past 12 months.
Not possible.
Why not?
I changed accountants over the last year. Things got lost. I wouldn't know where to begin to look.
Sometimes that happens.
Do you have access to any safe deposit boxes?
No, I don't.
Do you currently own a house located at number 11 Cedar Lane in the village of Amagansett?
No, it was sold.
When was it sold?
Sometime last year. I don't know the exact date.
Who was it sold to?
Mr. Heinrich Naumann.
What is Mr. Naumann's current address?
Mr. Naumann is in Berlin. I don't have his address.
Perhaps it could be provided at some later date. Is that possible, Hillary?
I don't know if that's possible.
Where do you currently reside, Miss Schoenfeld?
1025 Park Avenue.
This apartment's a condominium, is it not?
Yes, it is.
And whose name is it listed?
Esther Schoenfeld.
Who is Esther Schoenfeld?
My mother.
What are you paying rent to your mother, Miss Schoenfeld?
I don't pay any rent. My mother doesn't charge me rent. Would you charge your daughter rent?
What is your mother's current address?
Why?
She's a recent transferee of a substantial asset, and she owns the apartment you're living in. I'm entitled to question her.
Is that true?
I'm afraid that it is.
Let's see if we can resolve this matter. You say I owe you $43,000 plus interest? What if I were to give you $20,000 in cash by the end of this business day? Would that do it?
The figure's not negotiable, Hillary.
You made a lot of mistakes in my case, Eli.
If you want to file a grievance against me, go down to the Bar Association. If you want to sue me for malpractice, serve me with papers. Right now, either pay me what you owe me, give me your mother's current address, or I'm going back into court.
Before you were sent to jail, were you working, Mr. Baldwin?
Yes, I worked in construction.
Had you not been jailed, could you have made the mortgage payments on the house?
Could have and would have. I made them before I was locked up.
Have you looked for work since you've been home?
Yes.
How often?
I look every day. Sometimes I pick up something temporary.
Did your wife visit you at Coxsackie Correctional Facility?
Yes. It was good to see her. I was always glad when she came.
Did you talk about what you planned to do when you were released?
No. I was supposed to be in for 20 years.
Mr. Baldwin, why are you contesting your wife's efforts to divorce you?
Because it's not true that I was cruel to her. I may not be the same person as I was before I went to jail, but it isn't about her. She wants to kick me out the house. She ain't got no right to do that. That house is still my house as much as it is her house. And I don't have no place else to go.
I have nothing further.
Mr. Baldwin, I imagine that serving 8 years in prison for a crime you didn't commit must be a pretty horrible experience.
Just ask your questions.
Since you've been released from prison, have you ever lost your temper with your wife?
Yes, I have.
How often would you say that happens?
I don't know how often it happens. I admit I got problems with my temper, but I don't think it's as bad as my wife make it out to be.
Well, did you ever take a coffee can and throw it through the kitchen window? Ask the court that the witness be instructed to answer.
Mr. Baldwin?
Yes. I threw a coffee can through the kitchen window.
Did you ever take your fist, put it through a door?
Yes, I did.
Did you ever grab your wife by the throat and throw her against the wall?
We were having an argument. I was just trying to get off of it.
Is that what you were doing?
That's what I was doing.
Tell us, Mr. Baldwin, in the time that you and your wife were together following your release from prison, how many times would you estimate that the two of you had sexual relations?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Ask that the witness be instructed to answer.
Mr. Baldwin, the question Mr. Hayes is asking you is relevant to this proceeding. I am instructing you to answer it.
I don't know how many times.
Isn't it a fact, sir, that there were none? You refused to touch your wife, and you flew into a rage any time that she touched you. You wouldn't get help. You wouldn't talk about the problem. The state of New York, sir, imprisoned you, and now you are going to imprison her.
Objection. Counsel's making a speech.
Go back to the stand, Mr. Baldwin. I said go back to the stand, Mr. Baldwin. You have not been excused.
Jack.
Will a court officer please stop this man?
Jack.
Bailiff, take him into custody.
Hey! Hey!
Mr. Baldwin!
That's enough. Let him go.
Come. Let's go. Come on, move. Let's go.
Your Honor, I'm asking you to please compel Mrs. Beach to conclude her discovery.
Your Honor, the judge in the last case ruled that I was entitled to thoroughly examine my husband's financial records.
And we've gone out of our way to comply with that judge's decision, but this harassment has gone too far. Yesterday, Mrs. Beach deposed my client for 11 hours. This morning, she called insisting that he be redeposed.
I want to redepose Emmett for a very good reason. He's not telling the truth. He's hiding something.
And what makes you think he's lying, Mrs. Beach?
Voice stress analysis, Your Honor. This evaluation of Emmett's voice clearly indicates a sine wave associated with falsehood.
How were you able to have your husband's voice analyzed?
I was wearing a wire during his deposition.
What? Your Honor, this was done without my client's knowledge or consent, and I protest to Mrs. Beach's flagrant and illegal abuse of discovery.
Mrs. Beach, I'm imposing sanctions on you in the amount of $10,000.
$10,000? Why? What for?
You have generated countless interrogatories of no relevance whatsoever. You've deposed your husband, his partner, and his secretary more than once. You forced your husband to pay legal fees for no reason other than to defend himself against your harassment. And without his knowledge, you tape recorded his deposition. Now, just because you're not a lawyer doesn't mean that you can ride roughshod over the judicial process.
Oh, but, Judge,
I won't debate you on this. Where are we on settlement?
In the interest of avoiding a long and costly trial, we have made a series of what we think are generous proposals, all of which Mrs. Beach has dismissed out of hand.
Well, when the court hears all of the testimony, it will be crystal clear that my decision to ask for a trial is not a capricious one.
All right. You want to go to trial? That's just what we're going to do. Call your first witness.
Excuse me?
We're going to trial.
Now?
Now.
Well, I haven't even subpoenaed any of the witnesses on my list.
What witnesses do you have?
All kinds of witnesses. Psychologists, church leaders, anthropology professors, people who are uniquely qualified to testify about the status of women in late 20th century America.
Well, even if I thought all those people were relevant here, which I do not, by the time this trial was finished, the 20th century would be over. Who else have you got?
Your Honor, I'm just not ready to go to trial today.
Your Honor, defense has no objection to going first.
Proceed, Mr. Howell.
We have only one witness. Call Emmett Beach to the stand. At any time during your marriage, did you ever ask your wife not to seek employment outside the home?
On the contrary, I'm a firm believer that everyone should work, not just to make money, but for a sense of purpose. Otherwise, you end up hanging around courtrooms, pretending you're a lawyer.
And you have no children, is that right?
Objection, he's leading the witness. The question is leading when it implies the answer.
Do you have any children?
No, but he should ask the questions in the proper form, shouldn't he?
Let me worry about procedure in my courtroom, Mrs. Beach. Overruled.
One last question, Mr. Beach. You are a business manager as well as a highly respected accountant who is frequently consulted for his expert opinion. Can you think of anything, any records, any documentation, anything at all that you have not submitted for discovery?
No, I can't. I haven't concealed anything from my wife.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
May I remind the defendant that he is under oath and that the penalty for perjury carries a maximum sentence of 3 to 5 years in the state penitentiary. Your wife is a passionate woman. Why is it you no longer find her appealing sexually?
Objection. That question pertains to fault. As Your Honor knows, we've already stipulated to fault.
Sustained. Please confine your questions to matters of finance, since that is our only concern here.
Okay. Emmett, if you were to misrepresent a client's finances in order to avoid income tax, would that be fraud?
Yes.
Yes, it would. Because fraud is perverting the truth in order to get another person to forfeit something that otherwise would belong to them. Now, help me draw a line between fraud and, oh, say, those expensive meals with large-breasted starlets paid for by your business.
Objection. Your Honor, she's assuming facts not in evidence, and she's imputing that there's something criminal about my client's business practices.
Sustained.
Your Honor, can I just say something? You keep sustaining Mr. Howell's objections. I say something, he objects, you sustain. I'm getting the impression that you're on his team, and you're a woman. The last judge was a man, and he was much more supportive of what I was trying to do.
Mrs. Beach, be forewarned. The fact that you're not a lawyer doesn't mean that I can't hold you in contempt.
What did I do? I mean, I'm not allowed to ask questions about fault. He's lying about the finances. You know, maybe if you've given me a little more time to prepare. I guess I have no further questions.
State your name for the record.
Esther Schoenfeld.
What is your current address, Miss Schoenfeld?
1401 Ocean Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
Are you the owner of apartment 7D at 1025 Park Avenue?
Yes.
When did you purchase this apartment?
I think it was last March sometime.
The deed on file at the registrar's office said June 10th.
It may be right. Maybe it was June.
How much did you pay for this apartment?
I think it was $800,000. That's a fair price, no?
How much of the purchase price did you pay in cash?
Oh, I didn't have to give her any cash. I took over the mortgage, that's all.
Why is it that you're still living in Brooklyn, Mrs. Schoenfeld?
When my daughter gets back on her feet, she's going to be moving out, and I'm going to be moving in.
Were you aware that at the time your daughter sold you this apartment, there was an outstanding judgment against her? Did you know that what your daughter did was against the law?
Why are you doing this to her?
She doesn't have to sit here and listen to this. Can you please do something about this, Larry?
How much more do you have, Eli?
Mr. Levinson, tell me, is it possible you could charge her a little bit less? Is it impossible you could handle with her a little bit? She's willing to pay you something. Give her a chance.
I've given her a great many chances, Mrs. Schoenfeld.
Well, give her another one.
Shame on you.
Your Honor, I'm asking that bail be set at a reasonable amount so that my client can get out of jail.
Your client assaulted a court officer, Counselor. That's no small matter.
I don't mean to suggest that it is. Mr. Baldwin is fully prepared to stand trial if need be and answer for whatever offense that he's committed. But he spent last night in jail, and I think he deserves to be released.
Who would be posting bail?
I would, Your Honor.
None of us wants this man to remain in jail, Your Honor.
Bail is set in the amount of $1,500.
Is it fair to say prison changed you?
Yeah.
How did it change you?
I learned how to live in a cell. I stopped thinking about being innocent. I stopped thinking about getting out. One day was exactly like the next. I ate my meals, and I kept myself clean. That's it. That's all there was.
But you're not in prison anymore, are you, Jack?
No,
Is that something that you ever need to be reminded of?
every single day.
Do you still love your wife, sir?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever talked to her about what it was like for you in prison?
No,
Have you ever talked to her about what it's like for you now?
I'm afraid that if I were to try, that all I would do is cry. I don't want to cry. I think that there's a kind of tears that you shouldn't cry. You should drink them back to where they came from, and then they'll make you stronger. Well, that's what you hope for. Right now, that's the only thing that I can do.
At this time, the plaintiff would like to call Corey Beach to the witness stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I most certainly do. Please state your name. Mrs. Emmett Beach. My friends call me Corey. Corey, why do you suppose your husband is so bent on cheating you out of what is rightfully yours?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained. Did your husband ever tell you he wanted to see you struggle?
Objection. That's a leading question, Your Honor.
Sustained. Did your husband ever show behavior toward you in a manner that was both cruel and disinterested?
Objection. Calls for conclusion.
Sustained. Mrs. Beach, I'm going to stop here and give you the opportunity to obtain representation. Thank you, no.
I don't need to be sold down the river by another crooked lawyer. No offense, Your Honor, but they're all scum. I feel I am the person most capable of representing my interests.
Well, that is your right. But I'm not going to let you conduct your own direct examination. I'll ask the questions.
Oh. Okay, here are the questions.
I think I can handle this myself. Do you have a college degree?
Yes, I have a BA in history from Brandeis University.
Have you ever held a job?
Yes, before Emmett married me, I worked for the Westchester County Department of Education.
And why didn't you continue working after the marriage?
I didn't have to.
Do you have any other marketable skills? Secretarial, clerical?
What, Emmett's a lousy husband, so I'm supposed to be a secretary?
Did you make any monetary contributions to the marital estate?
No, but you're not asking the right questions. You should be asking me what I ever did to be treated like this by Emmett. These are the questions I should be answering.
Mrs. Beach, I don't think you understand the purpose of these proceedings. You have this notion that we're here so that you can ventilate against your husband. That's not the case. You want a divorce. He wants to give it to you. What follows is simply a matter of numbers. Who gets what? I listen to your testimony. I get out my calculator. I come up with a formula that I think everyone can live with. And then it's over. I have no further questions. Your witness, counselor.
I have no questions, Your Honor.
Mrs. Beach, you may step down.
That's it? I'm done? What's the deal here?
Mrs. Beach.
No, you can't just say we're done and get your calculator out. I haven't had my day in court.
You are out of order.
I've been getting ready for this trial for months. I studied in the law library every night until 2 a.m. I spent half of my money on a private investigator to find out if there was another woman, and when I found out that there wasn't, I spent the rest of my money on these.
Mrs. Beach.
I didn't have these done for Fernando. There is no Fernando. I've risked silicone leaking into my body and ruining my immune system for you, Emmett. I did it for you. And do you know why I didn't hire a lawyer, why I'm representing myself? So you'd see me in a different light. So you'd see that I was smart and self-confident and quick-witted and amazing with this great body. And you'd think to yourself, hey, what am I doing? Incredible women like this don't grow on trees. Don't leave me, Emmett. I don't want to lose you. Don't you love them, Emmett? Don't you love me with big tits?
Everyone into my chambers. Am I to understand you really don't want this divorce?
I want to stay married to Emmett for the rest of my life, Your Honor.
Well, you're the plaintiff. Do you wish to withdraw this action?
Your Honor, Mrs. Beach should know that if she decides to drop this case, we will be filing for divorce tomorrow.
Is it worth it, Mrs. Beach?
Am I that horrible? Am I so repugnant that you can't even give me another chance?
Hey.
Am I really prepared to take this woman's furniture away from her?
Why, you have to be.
I'm due in court later today to oppose their motion for a stay. I need for you to talk to me about why that is.
You need me to go through the reasons?
Yeah. Go through the reasons.
You represented this woman for 2.5 years. You conducted 2 trials that totaled over 60 days in court. You perfected an appeal. You got her a substantial amount of money awarded by the court.
Though she claims that she's broke.
She may well be. But she's got debts, man. She may not be able to afford to hold on to all of her assets.
There's no way we could work something out so she could pay us over time?
You tried that. You set up payment schedules. She ignored them. And she reneged on every promise she ever made.
That's true.
Eli, this money's yours because you earned it. I wouldn't even think of letting this woman off the hook. You want to be charitable? Be charitable to somebody who deserves it.
And not everybody does.
That's right.
I'm not a hard guy, Charlie.
You gotta be a little hard sometimes, Eli. It's not easy, but you gotta do it.
The court does not dispute the great injustice done to Mr. Baldwin by society in imprisoning him without cause for 8 years. But nor can this court attempt to redress this injustice to Jack Baldwin by perpetrating another on Cheryl Baldwin. Mr. Baldwin's conduct is explained, not excused, by sociological and psychological factors beyond his control. An explanation is an insufficient defense in the action brought here, and Cheryl Baldwin is granted a divorce on the grounds of cruel and inhuman treatment. As regards the house, the equity stake is Miss Baldwin's. Additionally, she has solely maintained and administered the property for the past 8 years. Therefore, I am awarding her the house with the stipulation that if it be sold, 20% of the monies realized be remitted to Mr. Baldwin. Recognizing Mr. Baldwin's special need for support, the court awards him $700 a month maintenance for a period of 2 years. Such maintenance to cease during the term of his incarceration, if any. Court adjourned.
Hey, Jack.
Jack, if you want, you can stay at the house.
Your house.
Don't be like that, Jack. It had to be.
I don't think it ever had to be.
Just because we can't be husband and wife right now doesn't mean I can't help you.
I didn't ask you to help me.
You need me to help you.
I need you to be my wife.
Am I going back to jail?
No, if anything, you'll pay a fine, and that'll be that.
Great.
Jack, what happened in there wasn't justice, it was law. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it an excuse to mess up the rest of your life.
I'll see you.
Your Honor, the sale of Miss Schoenfeld's apartment is a sham. It was a paper transfer made for one reason alone, and that was to defraud creditors.
I don't believe that that's been adequately demonstrated at this point, Your Honor. I implore the court to stay the execution.
Counselor, there was an extant judgment against your client. It was appealed and it was affirmed. The transfer of the apartment was in violation of a restraining notice. What more do you need to know? The transaction between yourself and your mother is void, Miss Schoenfeld.
That being the case, Your Honor, I ask that the stay be denied, and the sheriff permitted to levy on the apartment and all contents contained therein.
Motion granted.
Your Honor, at a minimum, I ask that my client be given an opportunity to satisfy this judgment before a levy is executed.
I'll stay execution for 48 hours. If in that time your client comes up with $43,000 plus the accrued interest, the judgment will be deemed satisfied.
I don't know if it's possible in that short a period of time.
Forget it, Larry. I have to come up with it. I'll come up with it. I just have to say one thing, though. It doesn't seem to count for anything that the individual who is in here suing me is mentally disturbed. He was mentally disturbed when he was representing me, and he is mentally disturbed now, and no one seems to mention that. No one seems to mention how that might have hurt me.
Miss Schoenfeld, you have no standing in my court to offer an opinion on or in any way to discuss Eli Levinson's mental condition. You owe him money. You are going to pay him what you owe.
Boy, you guys, you got it all figured out, don't you? You have your own language, you make up your own rules, and when someone doesn't pay up, you go right for the throat. You'll get your money, Eli. You win.
Mrs. Beach, you may not like lawyers. I don't always either. But in my opinion, you'd have been better served by having one. A competent attorney would never have let this case come to trial, and that would have saved you a lot of needless pain. I am granting this divorce on the grounds of cruelty. As to finances, Mrs. Beach has demonstrated that she's capable, educated, and unencumbered. I see no reason why she can't go out and get herself a job that will support her. Therefore, there's no award of maintenance. The assets of this marriage are largely comprised of the couple's home in Great Neck. Inasmuch as Mr. Beach made the down payment, he's entitled to back it out, should the house be sold. Given that his wife did keep house for a period of 10 years, I'm awarding her 20% of the share of the home. Mr. Beach can either buy her out, or if the house is sold, she will receive her share from the proceeds of the sale, out of which Mrs. Beach shall pay the $10,000 penalty I imposed on her. Beyond that, you each get the car you drive. Mr. Beach shall pay for comparable medical insurance for his wife for a period of 2 years or until she finds employment or remarries. And I'll trust you both to divide your personal effects. Good luck. Call the next case.
Your Honor,
What is it, Mrs. Beach?
may I address the court?
Please, make it brief.
I want to apologize if I have been out of line. I've made some terrible mistakes in my whole approach to this divorce. I've mutilated my body, and I've publicly humiliated myself, and I've taken up way too much of your time. All for a man who I know now couldn't care less. I know now that I am a better person than he is, because at least I tried. I tried to save our marriage. I tried to improve myself, and I may have failed. But I came into this building a housewife, and I will leave this building a guerrilla fighter who will never be afraid of anything ever again. Now you may call the next case.
The witch is dead, wicked witch, the mean old bitch. Ding dong, the mean old bitch is gone. She barely gets a dime, it's all mine, mighty fun. Ding dong, I hate her and she's gone. Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho. Come on, Charlie, dance with me. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you're beautiful, you know that? You're beautiful. What's wrong?
Now look, at one time in your life, you loved that woman enough to marry her. Show her a little respect now.
After what she put us through?
And that's done. And you got away real easy. She got dropped on her head.
Charlie, she got 20% of the house.
You remember what you were prepared to give Corey to settle? Monthly maintenance, a large amount of cash, and you were going to let her keep the house.
Charlie, she really got to you.
No. And you can walk away, but you got the opportunity to be generous here. Now, if it were me, I wouldn't want her living hand to mouth while I was eating shark fin soup. I'd like to think that I cared enough about somebody after 10 years of marriage to help them get on their feet. But hey, that's your call.
Thanks for everything, Charlie.
Now she's trying to appeal it.
I hate you. You appealed to my conscience, and I'll never forgive you for that. For a one-time payment of 80, call it 100,000 plus 2,800 a month for 2 years, be generous enough? Okay. And I'll pay the 10 grand fine the judge hit Corey with.
What could be worse than going to jail for something you didn't do?
Not much.
You didn't have a great case. I knew that going in.
Sidney, you couldn't have done any more than you did.
I think that's true, but I'm never totally convinced. I always second-guess myself when I lose.
There are some cases you'll win. There are some cases you'll lose. To a certain extent, you have to distance yourself from all of them.
I'm glad you can be so philosophical about this. Would it have anything to do with the fact that you just won?
Maybe. I can't say I feel all that victorious at the moment. I just feel tired.
Hi.
Hey, how'd you do?
I won?
You don't look like you won.
Yeah, well, it was that kind of case.
May I make a suggestion?
By all means.
Let's go have a meal together. Let's Let's go have a good meal and a great bottle of wine and put this day to rest.
Great idea. Let's go.
Later tonight on Nightline with Ted Koppel, the president's dinner, the biggest political fundraiser tainted by charges that arms were twisted to get donations. Big money and politics tonight.
This is Jim McKay. Join ABC's Wide World of Sports at Churchill Downs for the running of the Kentucky Derby. Live coverage begins at 4:30 Eastern, Saturday on ABC Sports.
America is watching ABC.